We're here today talking with Scott Robarge, a recruiting professional with over 15 years of recruitment expertise. We're here to talk about a little bit about the value of third-party recruiters and the value that they bring to both managers and candidates. Scott, thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
I appreciate you having me.
So, why would anyone use a third-party or an agency recruiter?
I think if it's a reputable, thoughtful, and professional recruiter, the answer is simple. They'll make your life easier. And then on the flip side, an unprofessional recruiter can certainly make your life more complicated and frustrating.
So, if you're a candidate, why would you want to use a recruiter, and what should you look for in a good one?
I think a good recruiter they'll have a deep network first and foremost, as well as other resources to uncover the best opportunity for you. They'll manage the process for you when you're actively looking, but also keep you informed of new opportunities. When you're not actively looking, when you're passively looking, or just want to be aware of what's out there. I guess as far as qualities, a good recruiter would be someone who asks questions to understand what would be the best fit for you. They should be asking about things like how far you commute, what size company do you prefer, whether it's public, private, number of employees, stage of funding. They'll also want to understand what domains or types of companies interest you. Examples would be whether it's consumer offerings interest you, or enterprise, or an infrastructure company. Do you like the space, like the retail space, or advertising, social? There's search. There's so many different ones, and some of that really is very important to people. And so the more the recruiter understands, the less chance that they'll waste your time. What type of culture you generally thrive in, whether it's fast-paced, collaborative, something if you like the traditional corporate or casual environments. Certainly what type of role you're targeting. Also, what are your strengths, as well as what skills you're looking to add or build upon.
That makes sense. So, anything else?
I think it's someone that's considering your short-term as well as long-term career goals. Will this job provide the challenges you're looking for today, but also keep you on the path where what you want to do long-term? Certainly someone that understands the confidentiality of a job search, that they're not going to send your resume to a company without having discussed it with you beforehand. Certainly someone that believes in building long-term relationships with both candidates and companies. Again, I think it's just simply someone who wants to find the best opportunity for you, not just any opportunity.
That makes sense. So now on the flip side, if you're a hiring manager, why would you want to use a recruiter, and what should you look for as a hiring manager in a good one?
I think, again, it's a good recruiter will give you time back in your day by managing much of the process for you. I think there's a certain sense of security that comes along with knowing you work with a good recruiter, that you can meet your headcount targets, because they're going to be utilizing their network as well as other resources to engage the right talent to keep your pipeline full. They're also going to be very, very valuable when it comes to the offer/closing process. And again, I think some general qualities that you look for in a good recruiter would be someone who asks questions to thoroughly understand, how to effectively meet your needs. I guess general areas they should cover or questions they should ask would be, they should be able to review your job description with you in detail. And if there's no job description, which is often the case with hiring managers, you should be able to ask the appropriate questions to help you uncover what you really need for that role. They'll understand the desired job title, as well as if there's going to be any flexibility on that with regard to seniority, because again, that really affects the pool of candidates that they'll consider and present to you. Understanding the core skills and qualities that are necessary for the role, but also work for your group. And a good way to do that is to ask the hiring manager who are your stars in your team, and who are your top performers. And the more you can understand about what makes those people successful, is going to be key for you finding the right people for that team. For the most part, I'd say that's a very big piece.
Yeah, and it makes a huge difference. Is there anything else you can think of for the hiring manager?
I think it's someone that takes the time to understand, again, that team dynamic or company culture, someone who certainly effectively screens your candidates, and again, that goes back to understanding the job description so that they're submitting the right people to you. again, I think it goes back to someone who values long-term relationships and a network, because that's going to be key for their ability to fulfill your needs. And again, someone that wants to find you the right fit for your group and not just fill the position.
That's really helpful information. I don't think most people really understand the true value of a really good recruiter.
And I think that's the thing. That like most professions, some are better than others. But regardless, if you're searching for a job or searching to fill a job, the right recruiter can be an invaluable resource for both candidates as well as hiring managers.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
No, I appreciate it. I enjoyed speaking with you.